move forward, just want a reminder, we do want to answer your questions this evening. And so if you would, in your comments, make sure they're short. We found that with our Facebook Live, if the questions get too long, it cuts them off for some reason. We go back and answer them at the end, but we want to answer them live if we can. So please get them in there, but maybe try to keep them short. So if there's multiple questions, maybe put them as separate questions and we'll get to them. And here with me in the room.
Yeah, hello, I'm Joel Grimm, Chief of Staff, and just welcome tonight. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Helen Bagley, and I'm one of the community superintendents stationed here at Camp Humphreys.
Thank you, Ms. Wiley.
Thank you, sir. And I would also like to introduce our food service person that has been such a welcome addition to our Guam field office, Ms. Stephanie Brayla Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are excited to, we are excited to communicate the initiative which USDA has authorized free and nutritious meals for all students to alleviate the burden on families due to the current pandemic. Lunch is being offered free of charge for all DoDEA students to include virtual learners. A la carte items and seconds will be available, but payment requirements will still apply to these options. There are no additional enrollments requirements for all students to participate. We have rolled out an upgraded serving system and are unable to manual import of the new students. If you're new to the district as of 30 October, you will be unable to enroll in the K-12 payment system. But we are working hard to get the glitches fixed as soon as possible. These glitches do not prevent your student from receiving a free lunch. This initiative started Monday, November 2nd, and is effective to the end of the 2021 school year. Meals purchased during the week of October 26th through October 30th have been reimbursed by Nexcom. We have seen a 40% increase in meals served per day since the program started. We encouraged every student to take advantage of this amazing opportunity. For any questions, you can visit USDA.gov or our school's Facebook pages. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Brayla Brown. That was very informative. Now I would like for Anderson Elementary School team, starting with Dr. Horn Barnes, the principal, to just talk about what's been going on at their school.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I can tell you that our AES Dolphin friends have been so happy to be back in school, and we are equally as excited to have them here with us. The teachers have talked about how our young people are navigating in the new environment, and they're following all of our directional signs as we're getting lots of extra steps going in the right direction, in the hallways, in our staircases. The children's classrooms are not crossing any other classrooms. So our mitigation strategies that we've really tried to implement seem to be working very effectively. We just thank you for all of your assistance with us, just to ensure that everyone remains safe and healthy. I want you to know that we implemented our new kiss and drop traffic pattern on Monday of this week. And actually, things seem to be going very well. In fact, today we said things were going swimmingly as the rain was falling and we had our umbrellas up and directing the traffic. But, you know, everything is working very well, especially in the mornings. We have found that our kiss and drop vehicles are not colliding with our vehicles that are going into the front parking lot. So, you know, things are going very well. We are continuing to perfect our kiss and drop in the afternoon for our pickups. We've started just having 8 cars go into the front parking lot because we have cones numbered 1 through 8 so that we can make sure that the cars that are going, we're saying car number 1, number cone 1. So that seems to be working. We're going to keep perfecting the system, but I'm telling you, I'm very pleased with the way the traffic pattern has gone. And so I just once again appreciate everyone for your adherence to what we're doing and for your positivity as we do what we are doing with the school. Dr. Dial, would you please speak, following with Ms. Borgert. Thank
Happy
you.
day, families. First off, we want to thank our amazing AES staff, parents, and students for their support and flexibility because they've extended this for the past few weeks as we refine and adjust our procedure. Our staff, to include our teachers, paras, and support staff, have gone above and beyond to get students ready for the reopening of school. And they have just shown their dolphin pride, and we are so proud of them. As you may know or have heard, lunchtime is going very well. uh, you could tell the students are happy to be back amongst their peers and their teachers. The first week it was a little quieter, but it's getting a little louder. However, students are mindful of their personal space, and of course, they need a few helpful hints and visual cues. But it's fascinating to watch them create ways to communicate behind the barriers with each other. So they're making it work. Go Dolphins!
And parents, we want to thank you. Communication is key to our success, and it is never more important than right now during this time of going from remote learning back to the brick and mortar setting. It has been wonderful to be able to talk to parents over the last 3 weeks when they're dropping kids off, picking kids up. Please keep communicating with us. Thank you for your positivity. Thank you for being real with us. Continue to monitor your school, the email address that you provided the school and the district Facebook pages for any updates moving forward. Thank you for your communication.
Okay, thank you very much. That was some great information. Now I will move to Anderson Middle School with Miss Baxter Oakley.
We can't hear you.
Miss Baxter Oakley, we can't hear you.
Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. A big thank you to our Dragon family, our teachers, our support staff, office staff, for everything that you've done to help open our brick and mortar school back up successfully. We think that our students are happy to be back in the building, and they are doing well adhering to the mitigation strategies within the school to help keep them safe and their teachers safe. And a few reminders are just to make sure that when they come into the building that their cell phones are in their book bags, and they're paying attention to the directions that staff is offering. And also coming up this week, we'll be celebrating students who have continued to do very well during this time academically, and we want to give them a shout out and encourage others to do the same. And we just think we have a great opening, and continue to let us know how we're doing, and offer suggestions. And also let me go to Dr. Riley, who's been a familiar face at our school and helping move the school forward as well during this time. Dr. Riley.
Hello, good evening. I'm Dr. Riley. I just will say that student staff integration of the various mitigation measures has been seamless at our school. School life continues as before COVID to the best of our abilities. As we mentioned, a slight change to normalcy is that Friday we will recognize our honor roll students individually within their advisories. So parents, look for those certificates to come home in their book bags. Our other point, something a little different, is that we request no personal equipment during recess. We're just trying to contain the germs and keep everybody safe. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Anderson Middle School team. Now I will go to Guam High School and start with Dr. Justin Trish, the assistant principal.
Can't
Mic
hear you,
check.
Justin.
I got so excited I hit the mic twice. I just wanted to give a shout out to our entire staff and let everyone on this call know that each and every one of our staff members is truly putting the needs of all of our students at the forefront of everything we're doing. As much as we would love to have you in our buildings to see this firsthand, at this time we just can't. But please know that our teachers are providing all of our students with engaging, rigorous, and meaningful learning opportunities on a daily basis. And Mr. Sheedy and I couldn't be more proud. So with that, in the spirit of trying to use adjectives that start with the letter S, like Dr. Horn Barnes and Dr. Riley, things at Guam High School are shipshape and seaworthy. And with that, Mr. Sheedy, our principal.
Thank you, Dr. Trish. Coming together is the beginning, and our Panthers are doing an amazing job. They have learned new ways to navigate their education. They have learned new ways to enter and exit our school. We have added paw prints outside our building to remind them what social distancing looks like. They have also learned new ways to walk the halls. They have learned new ways to eat their lunch. They have learned new ways to engage in their learning, but we also have found that they've been very, very quiet behind their mask and their barriers. So we're working on getting them to engage a little bit more in the classroom with their teachers. They have also learned new ways to socialize. No longer you'll see the hugging or the high fives or the hand holding in the hallways. They need to learn how to socialize without making that physical contact. I am so proud. I'm so proud. I'm a proud Panther principal of all your children's efforts. And I know I speak for all our administrators when I say thank you, parents, for supporting our processes and trusting the DoDEA process.
Thank you very much, Guam High School. Now, Ms. Pulliam for McCool Elementary Middle School and her team.
Hello, Guam. So far, so good. The Seahawks are soaring away. We want to say thank you to our staff for encouraging all of our kids and our families for following the social distancing and wearing their mask. You might notice if you're out and about that we've got some things going on outside the building. Our teachers have decided that we're going to start doing some activities outside. It gives them an opportunity to get a mask break. So they're having some snacks. They're doing some experiments for science so they can have that social distancing. So it's looking really good. They're doing a great job. The kids are doing wonderful about keeping their mask on. The social distancing of the families when they drop off their kids is doing great. And also our middle school kids with their barriers. I got to say, I'm really proud of them. So far, so good. They're taking good care of their barriers. We've had very few that have been broken. They're doing exactly what they need to do when they drop them off and pick them up every day. So we thank you very much for encouraging them to continue to take care of those barriers. So I would like to introduce Renee Sharkey and Tarsha Washington, and they would like to say a few words to you. Miss Renee? Can't hear you, Renee.
Okay, I'm back. I'm Renee Sharkey, one of the assistant principals here, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about lunch and recess. So during recess, the students are able to run around and get a little time for mask breaks while they stay social distanced outside. When they come in for lunch, every student washes their hands with soap and water and then goes down to the cafeteria where they get their lunch and sit at the table behind the barriers on the cafeteria tables. So they're doing a great job. And now I'm sending you over to Ms. Tarsha Washington, our other assistant principal.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Ms. Pulliam. So good afternoon, Seahawk parents. We want to tell you and thank you for the morning drop-off. It's going very well. We begin that at 8 o'clock. o'clock after the buses. So thank you for your patience for waiting on the buses to get through. And 8 o'clock, we rock and roll with the parents coming through. Thank you for following directions, following my stop sign, and not going around. We really appreciate that. And we really appreciate your smiles. And pickup time, you're doing an awesome job. The pickup, thank you for putting your signs in your windows to let us know which children are yours so we don't put the wrong children in the wrong cars. So thank you for that. And that's helping us go really quickly as well. So we want to say, and thanks to Mr. Justin as well, go Seahawks. The Seahawks are soaring swiftly. Back to you, Miss Wiley.
Thank you, everyone. And my conclusion is to definitely thank our parents, our teachers, our administrators. This would not have been possible if it hadn't been for a team effort. We truly have a village here in Guam. The command, the parents, the teachers. I have gone to every school, some more 2 times in the 3 weeks that we've been back in school. I have observed the kitchen drop. I've observed the buses come in. I've observed the cars drive in. The parents drop off the kids. I've been over at Guam High School and observed the beautiful paws and the students. You could tell they are so excited to be back at school. And I'm just so proud of everyone. I observed at Anderson Elementary, teachers were out helping the kids, working with the kids, working with the kitchen drop. Everyone. It is truly a village effort. And of course, we've had our support from PAC West with our barriers. All of our barriers came from PAC West. That has been a big effort for us. And they have been 100% behind us. We have just had the success we are having because of everyone. The cafeteria workers, our government, Department of Defense, everyone to have free lunches. We just feel so fortunate to have all of the support that we are receiving. Public health, Lieutenant Commander Wolfley, we cannot say enough for them and Captain Vega and the JRM, Admiral Manoni, General Sloan, Captain Grimes. Everyone has really given a lot of effort and time, hours. Mrs. Rapp, our director, she has been 100% involved with us reopening the schools. So I just thank everyone for all of your efforts. Parents, come into the schools with your mask, social distancing, following directions of the administrators. We have not had any problems with everyone being redirected, supporting, caring for us. So I just want to thank you. We thank you, thank you, thank you. And continue to keep us in your prayers and your thoughts. Dr. Arrington, back to your team.
Yeah, Ms. Wiley, thank you. We were checking our questions to see if we had any, and at this point, we don't have any. Hopefully, we haven't lost any of those questions by being a little bit longer. If you came on after I spoke before, if you had a question and it's not showing up in the comments, please provide it a little bit shorter. We found that sometimes longer questions get cut off, but we want to answer them if you have them. At this time, I want to thank everybody. We'll wait just a minute or so, Ms. Wiley, to see if there's anything else that we want to answer. But thank you again for joining us twice to help us get over our technical difficulties. And we are excited that we have Guam back in school. We know that they are the only schools, the DoDEA schools on Guam, that are currently going, but we're going strong. And so we want to maintain our vigilance and our safety so that we keep it that way and we keep all of our staff and our students safe that are at school. And we do have a question. So it's regarding middle school sports. Ms. Wiley, who would you like to take that?
Ms. Pulliam.
so that's where we're going to start. But we also don't want to portray that there's never going to be any progression. Once we get everything down and we feel more comfortable with the mitigation measures and the current HBCon levels and the things that are going on across the whole island, then we'll start talking about how can we put good mitigation measures in place and add additional opportunities for students. So we have started, again, protecting our schools and making sure that students can come in person. We know that that's the best learning environment. But as we move forward and we get more comfortable with where the things are and with what's going on on the island as a whole, we will look at other opportunities for students.
Chris says there is a delay in the sound, but it is getting through. No more questions. He said we can wrap up. And I would like to say to everyone, thank you all so much. You've had a long day, but your performance was exceptional as usual. I but were you saying something, Jason?
We're still live.